To the caregiver of a cancer patient or of someone sick. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna, Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I do share with you my perspective on different topics, as is with this one. I hope you like, share, subscribe. All 5 channel names are pinned to the top of the comments section or description box below. You know, my husband was diagnosed with cancer and he underwent massive chemotherapy. And so I don't give information, I don't give suggestions, I don't give recommendations, but I will share with you my journey, as I have in other videos, and my experience being the person at his side. I don't really like the term caregiver in my situation because I'm really not a caregiver with him, because he remained very independent. And yet I was there completely at his side. And during that time, I had to kind of take over many of the things that he normally did on a day-to-day basis. And so that became extremely stressful. So what I want to talk about is that when someone goes through a sickness, whether it's cancer or anything else major, the caregiver, family member, or spouse that is assisting them, caregiving for them, being with them, it can be an emotional roller coaster, and it can be an extremely stressful time. It can be overtaxing and overloading. And so during a time like this, it's extremely important to take care of who we are. And as you all know, I talked about how I got sick about 3 days into my husband's chemo. It coincided with heavy doses of chemo. Now, my diagnosis has been inconclusive. I'm going to be undergoing a colonoscopy and endoscopy, and yet up to this point they ran many tests and they found nothing. And so the symptoms were very real. I don't believe that they were from stress, although stress plays a huge part in our life and affecting our body, and I believe it can even lower the resistance of things that we are fighting against. Like I said, I'm not giving any kind of advice or information or suggestions. I'm just sharing with you my journey and what and how it affected me. And so into my husband's chemo, I ended up really sick and ended up having to go to the emergency room, ended up at several doctors, all kinds of testing, and everything came out inconclusive. All they knew was it coincided with him having chemo. So there was a lot of stress on me during that time, a lot of stress, but we do not believe it was the stress itself that made me sick. There again, it's inconclusive. We can't say what exactly made me sick, but I was having tremendous abdominal issues. And so moving forward, so it's a very stressful time. There are situations where a spouse has to go back to work and also be a caregiver at the same time, because perhaps now they're dependent solely upon the caregiver's income, the spouse's income. Sometimes people are not living around family that can help them. Sometimes people simply walk away. Sometimes people suddenly disappear. People that you thought you could count on, you no longer can count on. And so I really got to thinking about all that as a caregiver, it's so important that you're being mindful of your own body, that you're being proactive about your own body and your own well-being and your own health, and that you are taking care of your body during the time that your loved one is undergoing any kind of treatments, any kind of sickness, because it's a very overwhelming, it can be an overwhelming, extremely stressful time. And so it can seem like life has turned upside down and inside out. And this can affect a person. So my belief is that if you are caring for someone or standing at their side of someone who's very sick, is to take care of you. Be mindful of your body. Make sure to get plenty of rest, and make sure to be eating the right foods, and to be surrounding yourself with positive energy and taking in positive energy. Because remember, in a sense, you're getting a lot of negative energy, and you're also giving away your positive energy too. So you have to refuel yourself during this time. Okay, so I just wanted to jump on here for a few moments and share my journey, my experience, as I have in other videos, and that the most important thing a caregiver can do, or a spouse can do, or a family member can do, is to take care of themselves and be mindful of their bodies and how that situation can affect them, and continue to be a great caregiver. Continue to be there for the people or person that you love, for the person that you love, and yet be very, very mindful and be there for your own self by taking care of your own self, so that you can continue to take care or be there or be a caregiver for the loved one. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.